It usually takes a minute or so for people to come through. I've already done it. We won't get many people coming through at a minute anyway, so we've got to wait. I need to go and buy that new shirt.
This one?
I need to go back. Yeah, I usually don't. I've got a bit of a superstition where I don't buy the shirts. Well, I didn't do it during Championship. I've got some sort of superstitious thing where I don't go and buy shirts until kind of Christmas time, but that's tempting. Although we'll get into the new shirt stuff anyway. Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Season 4, Episode 2 of the Orta Know Better podcast. My name's Smarty, I'm your host this evening. I'm joined by, the pod regular. He's not a pod dodger, he's chuffing like bloody furniture, aren't you, Luke? Luke's here, and we're also joined by Ben from Apollo Junction. He's come on board to give us his thoughts about Leeds and to obviously update us about stuff, regarding Apollo Junction. So sit right there, we'll crack on and we'll get into it.
Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Orta Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
You look like fucking Brolin, you're a Leeds hating bastard.
Look like some sort of fucking weird floating head. No.
He's a utensil player a bit, innit?
I mean, I feel a bit right, dickhead.
Nothing spectacular, really.
First time you've ever seen. Not sure. It's a bit like Marmite, that intro. Some people love it. Some people think, what the chuffing hell's going on here? How are we doing, chaps?
Very well, very well. Could be worse, couldn't we? But I mean, we could be better. Going into, to just talking purely Leeds United and football style. I mean, personally, I'm fine. I'm in a good place. I had a few too many shandies over the weekend, probably felt a bit rough yesterday. But yeah, other than that, from a footballing perspective, look, we should be feeling a lot better about the way this season might be going. But at 2-0 down, I'd have fucking snapped your hand off. I just thought it was going to be one of them.
For fucking walking out, mate. I don't know about snapping anyone's hand off. I'm snapping my bloody neck across the road at Peacock. Ben's on board with us this evening. How are you doing, mate? Can you hear us loud and clear?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Can you hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, you're all good, mate. You're all good.
Oh, nice and brilliant. Yeah, I'm all right. Same as Luke, really. I thought you look at the attacking front four and you think, here we go. When the ball's in the final third, other than the final finish, we look class, but just defensive shambles, wasn't it? Again.
A bit of frailties and stuff like that we've seen over the last couple of seasons, really. We'll get into the Cardiff game then, because obviously we didn't do a Berardi and Coke because there were no one available, apparently. Everyone were too busy enjoying their lives. How dare they? So I'll come to you first then, Luke. Give us your opinions on the Cardiff game. Any standout performances? You crack on. Floor's yours, mate.
So I mean, my prediction was very much tongue in cheek last week. I thought with the squad we've got and the players we've managed to keep hold of, given Cardiff were one place above relegation, only just escaped it last season. I said 5-0, but I actually probably subconsciously did believe that we should be beating them 5-0. We went into the game and we started relatively well. Same old story. Cardiff got one chance, one opportunity, and yeah, took it. And we were on the back foot. Then they were going to play 10 men behind the ball for the majority of the game anyway. But as soon as that goal went in, it just made things worse. And then the second went in, and you think, fuck me, we've no chance of scoring 2 goals now against a team that pretty much built a wall on their goal line. But I think we showed some real character to come back and actually get a point from that game. It felt like a win. Getting the draw and getting that last goal in injury time. Some obvious outstanding performances, I felt. Playing well above his years, Archie Gray. Absolutely bossed and controlled the midfield. One negative, if anything, I think of Archie's game, he just needs to be a little bit more confident in playing the ball forward. He did a lot of work, but he seemed to be playing very laterally and horizontally quite a lot and often backwards. But I'm sure that'll come with confidence and as he gets older. But you can't knock him. 17-year-old, and he was the only one who stood out on that pitch for me. Really, until probably we made a couple of subs, but yeah, lots of positives to take. Obviously, quite a lot of negatives as well. We're going to talk about it a little bit later on in terms of injury news that's come out of Ellen Road today, or Thorpe Arch, wherever it's come from. But yeah, I don't think it's early in the season. That squad probably won't play together again for the rest of the season. We're going to lose some players over the next 3 weeks. We're going to gain some, hopefully, as well. Farker, not been here all that long. So in terms of methods and things, I think a lot of us expected the second coming of Stoke under Bielsa. When realistically, we need to be a little bit more grounded, shall we say, over the next few weeks, because we are going to lose some games that we expect to win this season. It's going to happen. We are going to drop points against teams at home that ideally we should be winning as well. So, I think, take the positives out of it, but it's important we do recognise those negatives.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, there's been a good few performances all over the park, really. I mean, it was fairly settled and first half, wasn't it? Probably too settled. What did you make of it, Ben? How did you? What were your thoughts? I've seen your tweet earlier on in week saying, I can't wait to express my opinions on the OKB show. So the floor's yours, my friend. What did you think?
Yeah, no, we watched it as a band first half, and our livid man first half. But we look really good. Like, they're passing the ball beautifully. You look at the attacking options and you think, yes, here we go. But again, there's always someone out of position. Fark's had one game, but it'd be like watching the relegated Leeds, just Erling miles out of position and defensive midfielders just way off the mark. And then a goal and it's so easy. Cardiff didn't just score a scruffy goal. It was just really easy for them. But what I will say is they showed character, and then I've not seen that character since. I didn't see it at all last season. Maybe when we beat Liverpool, granted, but I didn't. That was the first time in what feels like a year coming up to that, because we beat Liverpool bonfire night, didn't we? When we showed character, and to come from 2-0 down and to keep fighting like that, and that's good, I think. With it's the point. 2 points drops, I suppose, but the fact we came back from behind shows that we've got a better character, which we just didn't have. And I was happy about that. So hopefully that can be a bit of a kick up the backside, really, because Championship was not an easy league. No, I thought some of them was good. Some of them I thought was an actually great. I really hope we just keep as many players as we can now, because this is crunch time, isn't it? If we don't get out this year. God knows.
There is going to be a fair. Well, we say a fair few. Really, the news out of Elland Road, Thorpe Arch, whichever way you want to look at it, is that Chelsea are in for Tyler Adams for 20 million. Obviously, we've seen that's getting banded around a fair little bit at the minute. But given what we've seen on Sunday, that core players, Gnonto may lose, Somerville possibly, but I like what I saw. I didn't really lose my shit too much when we were 1-0 down, because you can't. Obviously, we're going to compare everything. We always do compare everything to Bielsa's Leeds. We're bound to do, because that's the best football that we've seen in the club for decades. But I liked what I saw. I liked the fact that we were controlling the tempo of the game. We weren't really giving Cardiff much. We were passing the ball, like you two have already said, really, really well, and controlling it. Maybe a little bit too much. I could feel like the crowd were getting a little bit anxious. I didn't think the atmosphere were that great on Sunday. I don't know if you guys agree, or you probably have a different opinion, but I don't think we did our bit, to be honest. There were a bit.
It was very nervy, wasn't it, Smarty?
It was a bit anxious, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I don't think it helped. You know what it's like when your team's losing. It's not easy to try and get a bit of momentum in the crowd. But it started relatively well in terms of atmosphere-wise. I thought, when they put all the names up who we lost, over the year, and that it had, when Pablo was brought out and all that, it had the makings of a real good atmosphere, and I expected it to be a lot better than it was, I'll be honest. But when you sort of, we controlled probably 80%. I haven't looked at the stats. I've not even looked at them, but I would say it felt like we were in control for probably 4/5, 80% of that game, and yeah, Cardiff goals came from two stinking mistakes. Bill being out of position, I think he held the second one as well. So both fullbacks. We didn't see a goal down our end, did we? All four were scored up the north stand as well. So So it is always a little bit more difficult to actually get a perspective of where how we have played when the ball's up the other end. But it looked like Cardiff's opportunities came from, same old faults of our own, really. Whereas we looked like we probably could have scored, if we'd have had a focal point, a number 9, a proper number 9 in there who was, could drag players about. Willie Nonto isn't the one, is he? What, he's 4 foot fucking nothing.
He did all right, didn't he?
He did all right.
He made himself a bit of a nuisance up front, and he is a strong lad, isn't he? He's only, like you say, he's probably bigger than Jay because there aren't many that are smaller. But that sort of small statured lad, but he's solid and he can throw people around. He's strong, isn't he? Like a bloody ox. So I actually think he did all right, Nonto, to say that it's not really his kind of game playing as a number 9 or like you said, that focal point up front.
I think for me it's the unselfish things that a proper number 9 does when he pulls players away. Yeah. Nonto didn't really do that. He ran the line of somebody who wanted to get on the end of everything. And if you watch him, it's great when he does come to him, but when he doesn't, he's almost taking up somebody else's space, if you don't understand what I mean, in terms of attacking patterns and stuff. So that again, he's only a young kid. If we had a proper number 9 in there, I mean, dare I even say Patrick Bamford, who could pull the players away from the natural positions, it might have opened up a little bit more for us, I think, and we might have had a little bit more success in terms of chances and shooting opportunities. But look, going back to what Ben said, in terms of what we can take out of it, certainly we can take that comeback out of it and the character and resilience as part of the squad. And it's almost something we have been missing pretty much since the Bielsa days. That thought that actually, if a team does score 2 against us, we can come back and score 3 or 4. I never for 1 minute thought at half time we weren't going to get a goal first of all, but that actually we weren't going to get back into the game at some stage or have enough chances to get back into the game, I suppose.
Yeah,
that's the difference, isn't it? When you were 2-0 down under Marcelo, you thought, I think we're going to win this. Sometimes, but you're 2-0 down nowadays, and you just think, oh God, here we go again. But at least they've showed that fight back, which I think to get that early days this early after 1 game, it's great. If we win the game 3-0, we'd be still sat here going, oh yeah, we'll cruise it. So
I'm kind of glad we didn't, though. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm kind of glad that we didn't thump Cardiff because, like you guys have said, we've all said, there's areas to improve within the squad. There's obviously, we saw it on Sunday, but I'm kind of glad we didn't thump Cardiff because that's clearly highlighted to the management. I mean, obviously, Farker said so in his post-match interview that he said. There's areas in the pretty much all of the areas of the squad need to be improved apart from the goalkeeper. Watch Melier and probably Caldala will end up getting injured now. Watch this space. But you can see, obviously, there's pockets of areas that need to be improved. And, I'm glad we didn't pump them because if we did, it might have given the club... this is going back fucking previous seasons when they haven't improved any players, they haven't spent any money. But I'm kind of glad they didn't because if that gives them an excuse, no, we're actually all right, we don't need that many players, this team will be absolutely fine. So it's probably a good thing that we didn't absolutely dick them, if I'm totally honest.
Do we think that might shake things up a bit in terms of incomings and outgoings? In that actually we might need to sacrifice a Tyler Adams who would hope to hold on to and bring 20-25 million into, even if it only strengthens 2 positions, it's quite clear Archie Gray will probably, if he stays fit, Ampadu looks as good a player, if not better than Adams did anyway. So I mean, at the risk of losing somebody who probably would start, but we've got feasible backup in there. Would we be happy with that? I suppose. I think I would.
I think we've got no choice, mate. You looked at the squad on Sunday and you thought, wow, this squad is the first squad without giving the injuries we got. You bring Ruta, Bamford back into it and Dallas. You think, yes, but the bench is weak, man.
It's just full of kids, isn't it?
Yeah, and that it's a 46-game season plus your cups. You're going to get injuries. We definitely need some strength in there. And it's just. It's angry when you think we've let all these players go for nothing or on loan.
Yeah. I think the only thing that concerns me a little bit, about Adams going is with Cooper being out injured. I know we'll come on to injuries or rumoured injuries. With him being out, in terms of leadership, the next two for me before the start of the season would have been Warburton and Adams in terms of the captaincy. And now I know Bill's fancied as a club captain, but ideally for me, Bill probably wouldn't be starting at right back if we had a decent right back. So that almost, you saw. I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but at half time, Tyler Adams pulled Archie Gray to one side and started having a chat with him, telling him what he was doing. Yeah, what he was doing, what he could be doing, and just passing on a little bit of knowledge and just
that says a lot about the character of him as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely,
that says a lot for Adams' character.
And I think that would be my biggest worry. I think about losing somebody like Tyler Adams in terms of his footballing ability. I think it's replaceable, but we are missing a lot of leaders. We haven't got many leaders in that squad.
It's a very young squad, isn't it?
I'd love to keep him. He was the one player I thought keep him. I think we're going back up. But you look at Warburton, I'm annoyed with it. You guys have probably ranted about this already over the last few weeks, but it's tough. But you look at Southampton, Leicester, they're spending money, and we have to come back this season. We've got to come back this year. You know what I mean? And I think we will. I think we will. I think we've got the good manager in place. It's just the board, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, we just hope they've got some money to spend.
I think we've got a good foundation, haven't we? Based on what we've seen and what we know, disregard Harrison and a few other players that are rumoured to potentially be going out. You look at that squad on Sunday, even with additions like Byram. I thought Byram had a cracking game when he came on as well. I thought he did really well. But he's another one that's got injury question marks lingering above him. So it's one of them, but if we can just replace a few of these players that have buggered off and left us right in the shit with some decent, grizzled championship sort of lads that can actually improve the team and improve the quality in the areas that we need to. Obviously, we need a striker, don't we? We need someone in central midfield because I think it's a lot to expect of Archie Gray to perhaps play there quite consistently. And then obviously the centre backs. I mean, we'll get into with the injuries. The injuries, fucking hell. Cooper out for 8 weeks. Somerville's out for 3 weeks, and Firpo not really. I don't think anyone gives a shit about Firpo, do they? Are they really that bothered about Firpo?
No, we're not. I think we've got 16 or 15 registered fit first team players or something along them lines. Might even be less than that, might be 13. And I think we've got 13 or 12 injuries or something like that. I can't remember. I looked earlier, I completely forgot. But they were both high numbers. And sorry, one was high that you'd expect to be lower. And in terms of available first team players, they were much lower than we probably should have at the first game of the season. So that's worrying in itself. But ultimately, look, we've got to give these guys who've come in a bit of a chance, haven't we? We had a bit of a nightmare towards the end of the last ownership reign in terms of what happened and everything. So, we all called for this. We all said it was time for Rads to beat it and call for the 49ers as if, we've got to give them their chance now. The window's open 3 more weeks. We just need to sign some players of championship quality, not these massive risks, not somebody who might do a job. I've heard rumours today that Adams to Chelsea's a done deal, but in terms of whether they're paying the £20 million immediately or whether there's some payment plan. But I've also read that we've asked for somebody on loan as part of the deal as well. Don't know who. But yeah, it's just things I've read. So we need to get. I'm surprised we haven't looked into the loan market a little bit more. I'll be honest. Having such a thin squad, but there are players out there available, and there's names that we've been linked with that would improve this team immediately. So with the amount of injuries we've got going on, I almost feel it's imperative that we make at least a handful of signings.
Nat Phillips is getting mentioned a fair bit from Liverpool, and there's a price tag of around about 10 million floating about that I've heard. But Nat Phillips has spent the last couple of seasons here, there, and everywhere on loan. If obviously we're holding back because of the fee that Liverpool have valued him at and that they're asking him for, then would it be worth asking? Look, we'll pay his wages, we'll do this, we'll do that. Give us him on loan. If we get promoted, we'll sign him. Obviously we're not sat in the boardroom, we're not making these decisions, but someone has to be this fucking Nick Hammond guy. When he got bloody brought in, Orta's replacement, we thought, sound, he did great well at bloody Newcastle, he'll get us some players. He's absolutely living the dream, innit? Because I don't know what he's doing, but he's managed to get in Ampadu, and he's got frigging Sam Bydom that were a given, and it's like, come on, we need to get his fucking shit together now, because this is just I don't want it to go right to the very, very end of the window before we start making a couple of emergency signings, because that's not where we want to be, is it?
Don't go to bed just yet.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go to bed just yet. Harrison's gone to fucking Leicester on loan.
But yeah, no, I actually think, I don't know, call me naive, but I think with Ruta, Bamford, Geldart, I would prioritise a centre back personally.
Yeah.
Over anything.
Well, we need
else.
to now. If Cooper's injured for 8 weeks, we need to prioritise that, don't we?
Yeah, and I think Cresswell will do. I think Cresswell will end up being a regular starter. I was really impressed with him. When we were in the Premier League, I always kept an eye on loan players. Drama looked class. Cresswell when he come on from Millwall looked mint. They're like the pedigree now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm confident with striker front. I just think centre back for me is just an absolute crucial given. Centre mid as well.
I think we're a good 4 or 5 players away from having a decent enough squad, in my opinion. I think we really do need to bolster certain areas. Mm-hmm. But the thing is with using these young lads, I mean, Cresswell, like you've said, had a great game. Archie Gray had a great game. A few of the other young lads, Shelder did well. Pascal Struijk, thereabouts. I think there's still a bit of a Premier League hangover in the performances that he had. But the thing for me is I don't want to rely on them too much because of the whole Bielsa. When obviously Bielsa were in charge, we had to rely on the youth a lot more under them, and we didn't do so well. Is there a bit of a hangover from that where a lot of fans are thinking, fucking hell, we don't want to rely on this lot again? It's a different league now, and them guys have been and got, cut the teeth in the Championship. Shackleton has, Cresswell has, Hjelde has. Yeah. So I think they're better for that, but I think a lot of fans are a little bit like, do we really want to be trusting these guys to for the rest of the season?
Yeah, no.
No, I agree, man. It's a tough position to be in, and I think so. Just to go back to what you mentioned about Hammond and when he was at Newcastle and that. I mean, I'd argue it's chalk and cheese. To be fair, they'd just been taken over by the Arabs, and we've been taken over by an investment group, an investment arm from the 49ers. We don't know what's in the coffers, but if the first 2 signings that we've made are anything to go off, I think they're being very smart with the money at the moment. And now, if they're going to try and be too smart, it might come back to bite them on the ass. But look, we can all see it as fans. I'm sure they can see it as professional sports investors and these directors and whatever they are. They must be able to recognise that we've got a threadbare squad only 1 game into the season.
Yeah. So, given Cardiff's over and done with them, we move on to his next game. If you could then pick a man of the match out of the whole squad, who are you going for? Both, yeah.
So, from Cardiff?
From Cardiff game, yeah. Who's your man of the match?
I'll let you go, Ben.
It was between Gray and Somerville, but I'd go Somerville. He got on a goal and an assist, so...
Yeah. Just on Somerville, I've noticed it's out for 3 weeks. Call it skeptical of me, but the transfer window closed in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it raises eyebrows. It does raise eyebrows. It's just, he will tear this league apart. The board of, do you know when we kept Phillips that year and we went up and we signed him on a new contract? You're thinking, oh yes, we've kept him. I'm not seeing that of these players. How come we're not giving players like Somerville the new contract or Adams the new contract? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely get it. Yeah.
Did Somerville sign a contract? Did he sign an extension around just after Christmas time? Or have I just completely remember?
I don't know.
I don't know when his contract's up, but yeah, Somerville's just like you said. He's a cheat code, isn't he? It's like Sinistera. The just quality was just shining through, wasn't it? That turn that he did to get the shot away, and then obviously Somerville eventually getting his goal. That turn was just so smooth, wasn't it?
We've just got to turn these players absolutely crucial, man.
Yeah, we've got to keep as many decent ones as possible.
Yeah, I think for me, man of the match, based on their performance, was probably Ampadu. But I think if him and Archie Gray were, I would probably pick Archie Gray actually because of his age and his inexperience. However, if I was watching the game properly and I was rating them, not knowing their age and their experience and what they've done, I would probably have selected Ampadu over him. But I think Archie deserves all the plaudits for that debut.
Yeah, 100% agree. That's exactly where I was going with that. I think Ampadu for me, based on the whole game and everything, and taking that kind of eye away from Archie Gray. Yeah, Ampadu for me, but Archie Gray, yeah, unbelievable debut for a young kid. He's 17-year-old man. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
Things I were doing at 17.
Oh well, it's a family show, so let's just keep that under.
It is after the watershed, though.
Oh, it is now, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we still don't want to know about that though, Luke. Let's be fair. Shrewsbury then tomorrow. In the cup, I'm taking my nephew for his first ever proper game. He's been to a couple of under-21s games, so I'm looking forward to that. Either of you going?
I'm not.
I was gonna go, and I forgot it was my wedding anniversary.
You could have just taken her. Did you get 2 tickets? Why don't you just take her?
So I was going to take my lad, but yeah.
Surprise, love! We're going to a cup game. Happy anniversary! Get your coat on. It's pissing it down.
Yeah, she used to come quite a lot with me back in the League One days, but she didn't like it then. Atmosphere was different, though. You know what I mean? yeah. It's not happening.
Are you sure you're not working there tomorrow anyway, Ben? I've heard a little dicky rumour that floated about that you did a bit of work at the club recently.
Oh yeah, bit of Lucas Copcat. Yeah, it is true, ladies and gents. No, I did it when I've just finished. I've left teaching. I'm trying a new. I want to. Yeah, I'm putting 60 or 70 hours a week in, so I've left teaching, and one of my last things I did, I thought I'm taking my kids to Welland Road for a trip. Not educational related at all. I told Ed teacher to do history in Leeds, but that's a load of rubbish. I just took them at Welland Road. And I knew Victor Orta quite well, so I said, any chance you could show it's Lucas Copcat? And we found it, and I was able to wear it for a bit. So I actually had it in Norwich. I had it for Norwich game. A couple of seasons back, and
That's
then
brilliant.
I got to do it, and I got to take it around a few schools. I got to do a lap around Ellen Road as well in it, doing that. Absolutely, yeah.
I bet you're absolutely buzzing.
But do you know it stunk of sweat? But to me, it stunk of success.
Stunk of sweat. Oh God, the
sweet
previous
smell
man's
of
cough.
success.
And you made it. You've made it when you walk down that tunnel. And you look.
Lucas the Copcat. Brilliant.
Brilliant. Great experience. I tell you what, you can't see anything. I tried to save some penalties. I just couldn't. You can't see a thing. You can. It's like, when horses have got that thing in front of their eyes, like when they're going up and down thing in Blackpool.
Blinkers. Yeah, blinkers.
Yeah.
So it's just me then. Just me, my nephew, and brother-in-law going then. Give us a prediction then. How do you think we're going to fare? What lineup do you think we're going to go with? Do you think it's going to be much different from the Sunday, or do you think we're going to field more youth, maybe swapping like Archie for maybe JB or them sort of players coming off the fringe?
I think we'll probably see Darlow starting his first game for us, and then I think a mixture of. Just a mixture of. I don't actually fucking know. Hopefully, we just play anybody we don't want to get injured for the weekend's game.
Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it? Don't want to risk too much this early in the season.
I'm really interested to see what Geldart does this season. We all want him to break through. Like, I think the fans love him. We all love him, and he showed glimpses of being superior. I don't know about Sunderland. I watched him a few times in a few games, and I thought, I don't know, he's just getting a bit out-muscled a bit here. But I'd like to see Geldart start because he's got it in his locker. This is a big year for him, I think.
Yeah. Perkins, Geldart, those sorts of players. Bate, Garby, maybe.
Paveda maybe start.
Pavard. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to touch on Pavard. He was really impressive when he came on and through pre-season. I think we could expect quite a bit from him this season if he can stick his. I still noticed though on one of the videos I've seen after the game, he still had his Gucci cap and his Gucci t-shirt and that on. You know, right? Everything that Bielsa hated about him.
Horrendous than what frigging Rutter came out at full time wearing. That I don't know what the chuffing. He will look like frigging Flavor Flav walking around chuffing round pitch, didn't he? Did you see him?
I hope he comes good this year. You know?
Well,
Montero.
he needs to, doesn't he? That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money on a player that's potentially not shown as a right lot, isn't it?
You know, I mean, you never know. We're here saying striker. You know, I'd still start him over Bamford. You know, no disrespect to Paddy, but if they were both fit, I'd just give it a go. I really would. It's got to be good.
For me,
that price tag, it's got to be good.
Well, he's clearly a talented lad, isn't he? But you know, I mean, he should by rights. I mean, obviously, we can't really judge him by his price tag because he's what the club valued him at when he was sold. But he's clearly talented. He's clearly worth a lot of money. So you really, when you look at it, the players that we brought down that were that sort of caliber, you know, Sinisterras, you know, Rutter and a few others. He needs to be ripping that frigging league up. He needs to really be showing what he's made of and basically, like I say, making fools out of defenders and that, doesn't he, really, for that sort of money. But Matteo Joseph, for me, he's one of the ones I really want to see a lot more of. It's a shame he's chuffing injured as well. But he's an exciting prospect, I think.
Yeah. We've got the players, haven't we? We've got the players. They're just injured.
I know. It's a shit show, innit? It's an absolute shambles. Oh, friggin' hell. What's his name? Bloody Medical be chuffing getting his money's worth anyway.
Rob Price.
Rob Price, that's the one. That's the one. So predictions then, boys. We're going to get the fans' prediction off you, Ben. What we normally do is we have a little bit of a predictions league going through. Yeah. It spans the whole season. We usually get some of the guys in the comments to give us a fans' prediction. But because it's you and because you're our special guest, we're going to let you do the predictions for the upcoming Birmingham and Shrewsbury games. So we'll start with you, Ben. What do you think the score is going to be tomorrow?
Shrewsbury, I think we're going to win 3-2. I think they're going to go for it. And I think 3-2. We're going to be nervous. But I still think, I think we're going to win 3-2.
I like it.
But it's risky.
Looks looking a bit sketchy.
I think, regardless of what team we put out, I think we might see a lot of youth actually thinking about it now. I think because the cream of the youth, shall we say, are probably good enough for our bench at the very least, if not our first 11. I think we'll see a mixture of youth and maybe one or two senior faces just to sort of carry them through. But we should. I mean, I don't even know what League Shrewsbury are in that they're that bad. You know what I mean? I think they're League One or League Two.
I think the League Two are this Shrewsbury. Could be wrong.
So I'm hoping to see. Actually, I tell you who I am hoping to see. Montero, the centre back who we signed, is only a really young kid. Yeah. I'm hoping he gets a game or a bit of time. But there's players sort of left back that we're going to have to play. Fielder probably, or Byram. You know, Byram might start actually, a bit of experience. I don't know, but I think we should still have enough quality to be hammering them. So yeah, I'm still going to go 3-0.
You're going 3-0.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to go somewhat similar actually. Jay's gone his customary 4-0 as well. I've already seen that. He's having that in the comments. Let's flick through a few of these comments then that you've starred. We've had with people in the comments. So Paul's saying Luke Ayling was annoying, being offside all the time. Dan James scored a good goal, then bloody Luke Ayling was offside. Well, gonna have to get used to that. What did you think of the referees' performances of the officials, boys?
There's a massive drop in standard. I'm not saying that because I'm Leeds and we're in Championship. Even like over the last 2-3 years, when you look at the refereeing, it's a shit show.
It's one of them, and I think I let out a pretty audible sigh when I'm like, oh God, I forgot how shit this is. I mean, we've gone from having to deal with VAR, which was shite anyway, and they were getting all the decisions wrong. Well, most of them. And back to some dickhead with a flag that doesn't know how to chuff and wave it properly. But to be fair, I didn't think they were that bad. I mean, they've been told to let the games flow a lot more, haven't they? Rather than giving every little soft tackle away and stuff.
I'm a fan of the longer extra time.
Yes.
Because the amount of teams that take the mick, doing that, Pickford-esque sort of on the ball, laying there.
I tell you what, I couldn't believe. It must have been about 35 minutes, and I was expecting it to be frigging over. I can't believe it's only 35 minutes. It feels like we've actually seen a full half already because we're not having any time.
The second half went really quick though.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Well, it does done it when you're down and you fight.
But the other noticeable as well I'd take out of it was that the clock in the ground actually shows you how much injury time's been played, rather than just saying +5. It actually gives you the count up now. So it's say 92 minutes and 35. Actually tells you, so you've got a general idea of how long's left.
Yeah,
quite like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They announced that they were doing that at the start of the season, didn't they?
I didn't pay any attention, so I was probably like, I don't know, 10 gins in, and then saw it. I was like, fucking brilliant, this. Fucking hell.
We've got a question from your mate, Jamie. Jay, who's older, you, Luke, or Smarty? I'll let you take that one, Luke.
Well, I'm actually the youngest of the three of us. I think Jay's a little bit older than you, Smarty. He's a couple of years older.
Is Jay 40
Jay's 41.
I'm 37.
And I'm 36. I'm 36.
Yeah, but didn't put me in that question, so it's obvious.
When's your birthday? Your birthday's July.
November. Stop telling me when I was born.
Yeah, he's only a few months younger than me, even though he does look like he's 40 odd anyway. Does Luke. Alison's saying, Jay, our fitness has improved. The guys looked miles fitter, didn't they? They did look miles fitter.
Yeah, I think that's where injuries are coming from as well. A lot of injuries in training, but I think who were telling me? I know someone who knows the players at Ellen Road, and he said they were just after March they were just so unfit.
Yeah,
just so unfit.
Do you listen to any other podcasts? Like, do you listen to Squareball or Filet or anything like that?
Squareball, yeah.
They were talking about it this week and how they couldn't believe how unfit they were, that they didn't really do much fitness or how many passing drills. I mean, I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they were in such a poor state.
Well, it was in public eye. Like, do you not remember when we were in the middle of the relegation fight and they were like, Poison. What was his name? McKenny.
Oh, Christ.
Firpo getting pissed in Monaco, and then we had like a game like a week later.
Yeah.
I remember, photos were coming out, them all suited and booted and having a few drinks, and you're thinking, we didn't. Bielsa did it. I'd have had it. No, you know what I mean?
They'd have been picking up litter left, right, and friggin' centre, wouldn't they? If Bielsa had us in that, they'd have been
Weston McKennie and Beeston picking up litter. I'd love that.
They'd have been banished for life. Sorry, I've missed Coleslaw on Toast's comment. Would you guys take someone like Ings on loan, or is he too old?
I'd take anyone at this stage.
Yeah.
He'd score bags fulls in our team with attacking wingers. There's a proper number 9 in this team. They would get 30 goals this season if we kept the wingers and the attacking team. The front three that we had behind. Actually, I happened to be Nonto at the weekend, but I could imagine him being one of those three in front behind him. They'd get absolutely fucking loads of goals. A true striker, poacher striker, would get loads.
Yeah, I think Danny Ings would do bits, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Liam B, I thought Archie was outstanding on Sunday. Levels of skill above his age. Yeah, absolutely. I think we've already alluded to this, haven't we, guys? I think we've discussed this a fair bit. But yeah, cracking performance for him for a 17-year-old on his debut. 36,000 fans. Who's the Greek player being linked for 3 million? I'm not even going to bother attempting it.
I'll tell you. I'll have a go. Drum roll. His name is Pantelis Chatzidiakos.
Chatzidiakos?
Yeah.
Chatzidiakos. Where what drum roll, Ben? You've got all instruments. Where what it?
The drum kit's upstairs. Keyboard here.
They've expected to bring out a little Fisher Price drum set or something like that for the show.
From AZ Alkmaar.
I did have the sticks down here, but my son must have took them.
Yeah. He'll be drumming upstairs. He'll be drumming up on all of the kitchen counters. And finally, from one of our own, look how happy Luke is having someone else to talk to. I don't know whether that's me or whether I'm assuming it's Ben.
I imagine I'm just really, really happy to hear Ben's story about when he got to be Luke as the cop cat. I think I'm a little bit jealous about that. With my name
So-
being Lucas as well. Well, not, it's
Yeah.
actually Luke, but it's never been Lucas, but it's almost Lucas the Copcat. I just want to smell its armpits.
Oh, it's
Does it smell
you-
proper bad?
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
one
I
of them like
think
weird
it's a-
fetish guys.
when I went before I left my school. I've ruined my kids' dreams now, so if they ever watch this, they'll know it was me. When I went to my old school in the Copcat, they had this sponsored event, save a penalty. You take a penalty against Lucas Copcat, and it was me. And God, I tried to save some, but I had this one kid in my football team who used to. I used to tell my players to be really humble. You know, if you win, you shake hands. You know, don't be. Yeah. I had this one player who was doing that. What you know?
Oh no, the
Yeah.
word that we don't use as Leeds fans.
But I lined up to take this penalty, and he's pointing to the bottom left corner, and I thought, I am going to do anything in my power to save this. I won the best saves I've ever done. It smacked me right in the face.
Did it?
And now the mask didn't fall off, I'll never know, but I was buzzing that I saved that penalty.
There's no worse. Oh, so there's no better than rubbing it in some fucking dickheads' faces, is there? Chaps, we've got Birmingham at the weekend away. I'm not sure who's going to be on Berardi and Coke. I don't think the rota that we so closely adhere to is ready yet, so I'm not sure. But what we're thinking about Birmingham away, I think they're doing all right. They're not a bad squad this season, are they?
No, I think they're I think they've recruited relatively well. I know they're under a bit of an was it them under an embargo, or was it? No, it's Cardiff actually. Who were
Cardiff
under
are
an
in
embargo, wasn't it? Yeah,
We've
yeah.
actually signed more players than us this season as well.
Yeah, it's freebies and that. I tell you one thing though, they didn't. Aaron Ramsey did fuck all, did he?
Not really.
Against us, he didn't run the show or anything like that, like I'd expected. But he's going to get a lot of that this season. He's going to be used to being in teams like Arsenal and Juve.
Maybe it's just ex-Juventus players can't play in the English leagues. Maybe, I don't know.
Hey, you're probably right. You're probably right.
I hope so.
But in terms of Birmingham, yeah, look, they've got. I don't know how did they get on in the first game. I haven't really looked that much, to be honest. I've lost all interest.
Yeah, it's hard to get into it, innit? Looking at other teams' prediction, other teams' results, and that.
In this league, you don't even need to look. If you win 3 on the bounce, you're going up. If you don't win in 3, you're going down. No matter what happens in this league, it goes to the last 2 or 3 games. Or Easter bank holiday is when I literally study everything. Like,
yeah, get your calculator and your abacus out, counting alt beans.
Other than that, I'm with Luke. I don't really look till 10 games in. And
they have signed Tyler Roberts.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they did.
He's going to score against us, isn't he?
He's going to fucking get a brace, isn't he? He's going to get a brace or something.
Yeah, they've not signed heavily, actually. I'm just looking. They made a few free transfers. Signed a centre-back from Wolves, under 21s, a left-back from Bremen, Ethan Laird, who was highly rated. They signed him from Scum. Bielik from Derby, and Roberts from us. They've made a handful. I mean, I say a handful. They've probably made 10 signings or so, but they have lost quite a few as well. So, I mean, this, like you say, Ben, this league's a little bit unknown, isn't it? In terms of until sort of maybe, I don't know, 5-10 games in even, people don't really, and especially with the transfer window still being open until a month into the season, which is absolutely moronic if you ask me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a little bit of the unknown. You don't know who's going to beat who. You don't know who's going to have a better home record than an away record. It is, but we should be going into every game confident that we should be getting a result.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2. I think we'll beat Birmingham 2-1.
2-1. Whipping in his prediction already. I like it.
Yeah, well, I'm with him in the typical Leeds United Tyler Roberts worldie.
I might put a bet on him, you know. I wonder what odds are for Roberts to get a goal.
Beat him. I mean, it's just Leeds, isn't it? There's no other club like us. But I love it. I don't know why I love it. I just love it. It's just...
There's always ex-players doing well against us, or doing well when they leave us, or fucking whatever. It's like, fucking hell. It's like that bloody fat bloody Weston McKennie. Apparently, he's having a couple of really good games for Juventus now. It's like, why didn't you play well when you were playing for us? You see that frigging ball that Aronson put through for his team last week as well?
No.
Picked ball up and threaded it literally through eye of a needle to their attacker, and they're chuffing. I was like, what the actual F have I just seen? Why can't you do that in the Premier League?
These players are on loan.
So frustrating.
They're only on loan. So, this is why it's crucial. This is the season to go up, because then we'll have a very rich pool of who we want to keep and sell.
Yeah.
Because they are good players. I just think we were just poor. The management was a shit show. I don't think Jesse Marsh should have took the realm, and what happened after them was a joke, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was just a cocktail of everything that could have gone wrong, went wrong, wasn't it? We signed poor players, we had shit management, and it was just like, it was like they just thrown towel in and that was that. Just burn it all down and restart.
But like you say, a lot of these players are on loan, so if Aronson carries on pinging eye of the needle balls do, and then next year if we go up, we've got them. They're still ours.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to be positive this season.
Try. I know it's hard because we've been scorned for the last couple of seasons, haven't we? So it's like, fucking hell, I really, really want to be positive, but I don't want to be too positive because it's Leeds. So, let's just, keep. So what's your prediction then, Luke? What we're going for? Against Birmingham. It's a hard decision. You've muted yourself.
Yeah, sorry. I might change that prediction now.
6-0, okay.
No,
I'm good at lip reading.
My frigging dog just keeps crying. I let him out of the room, shut door, and he cries to come back in. If I shut door when he's in here, he cries to get out. Fucking annoying bastard. So
better than Carl's dog. Carl's just spends all evening farting and trumping and everything else.
I think that's Carl, to be honest. He just blames the hot dog. You're fucking doing, dog.
Is that a frog? No. Anyway, what's the prediction? Sorry.
I'm going to go 1-0 Leeds. Scrappy 1-0 win.
1-0. I'm going to go 2-1, I think, to Leeds. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. I just don't. And I reckon Tyler Roberts will score. He's just going to do it.
An own goal. 1-0 last minute.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll take that. That'll be fine. That suits everyone then, doesn't it? Tyler Roberts has scored. I get Marshall. I don't know if Bet will come in then. They're always shit houses out there. They won't pay that out. Fucking no chance. But anyway, we're going to crack on because there's a reason, obviously. You're not just come on here to talk about Leeds. You've come on here to talk about your wonderful band Apollo Junction. So what have you guys been up to since we last saw you? If you don't know, if you're new to the podcast or whatever, we did an interview with yourself, Ben, and Matt and Sam in... where was it? What were the pubs?
Bellaccio. It's actually shut down,
now, isn't it? That's a shame, that. They clearly haven't been pulling in the revenue that we obviously generated when we were there because we were getting through some frigging ale that night, weren't we?
Yeah.
But
I was twatted for a change.
Yeah, I'd had a fair few. That chuffing neck oil.
Yeah, it was a
good night. But what we'll do is if you haven't seen the interview that we've done we basically did a full interview where everyone were there. The full, well, apart from Gilly, the full OKB cast were there, like I say, Ben, Sam, and Matt were there from Apollo Junction, and we just talked about because it was the anniversary of your album All In, I believe.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, 1 year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the year anniversary, so it was really good.
November time, wasn't it? December last year.
And we released it about January. It's still there. If you haven't seen it, it's in if you go to our playlist and it's under interviews and other stuff, it's in there. It's really good. I'll probably retweet it after this if you haven't had it. If you do like Apollo Junction, it's really good. And the guys are on fire. And it was a good evening. It was good. Like obviously the beer.
It was a fucking mess, right? Because all the filming equipment that we took with us was fucking. One of them broke down. One of the mics went. Gilly had to sort it all out. We had about 3 cameras going. Yeah. Three microphones, and he had to dissect bits and pieces from each one and make it
took him a couple of weeks, didn't it?
Yeah,
took him a couple of weeks to put it all together.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. It was great night, great to find out more about you lot and that. And so yeah, if you don't know their story, find out. But yeah, sorry, go on. I'm taking the limelight here. Go on.
Yeah,
Ben.
You had a little bit. Yeah, go on, Ben. Tell us a little about who you are and the band and stuff.
Yeah, so what's going on in the band? We've recorded a new album and it's titled Here We Are. Kind of like the title itself is a bit of a statement, like we kind of want to start getting even bigger now, and it's happening, like all in was massive for us. We're out,
Yeah.
Do you know, like on everyone's phone you get like Google memories or Facebook memories, and it was 2 years ago today we actually supported Kaiser Chiefs at Scarborough Open Air Theatre. We were just chatting, me and lads today. We're like, God, that gig was just like, you walked out after COVID and it was like a stadium size, and it was packed because everyone wanted to see first band after COVID. And the gig before that, I think we were on 42 tickets for a Leeds show.
Wow.
So with a big jump. And
Yeah.
luckily, we've kind of kept, we thought we'd come back down, but we've actually kept where we are and we're still going up and up. Yeah, we've got a new manager on board and he's been brilliant. He has been top of his game, and yeah, with albums out in October, November time.
Which you
It's
can
selling.
pre-order.
Yes, you can pre-order. It's selling like it's already.
I've ordered it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's already outsold all in, and it's not out yet. So there's talk of like, because to go for the official charts, you have to pay like it's all politics, but you have to pay like a company to post all your physicals out. We've always done. We own our record label, so everything it goes from a shed. So we do everything ourselves from a shed. Oh yeah, blah, blah. So we have to pass it on now, and that's a bit like, but this is a good opportunity to chart, I think. So we're going to go for it. And yeah, we've got a tour. So we're doing Brudenell actually. We had a choice of venues in Leeds, and we've always wanted to. We played the Brudenell when we first started out as a band to nobody, and we said let's go back and do it properly. Let's Apollo Junction, Brudenell. It's a match made in heaven. And that's on Saturday, 2nd of December. And we're playing Middlesbrough at home. So, perfect Saturday, providing Sky don't.
That'll probably be our Christmas night out, I should imagine, lads. Won't it?
Yeah.
We did one for my birthday, didn't we? That as well, 1 year.
I missed that. I think I was aware that I didn't get to go.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, it's going to sell out. I mean, I think we've only got about 15, 20 tickets left, so it's going to sell out.
You were at a gig not so long back in Manchester, and you put the tickets out. And I literally went straight and they'd sold out, like straight away.
Well,
in fact, I thought, I know Ben. I'll just message him, see if I can get one. But I thought, no, I'm not doing that. But
no. The band members is a good result. Like if it sells out, say to a band member, have you got an end? You're probably you get a no, but sometimes, like someone messaged me today saying, "Oh man, because I've got I'm resting phone on. I'm actually resting phone on my last gig ticket. Hold on.
Don't be flicking through your phone again. I don't want to lose you again.
No, I've got the Apollo Junction ticket there, right there.
Oh, look at that!
And,
nice.
Yeah, I've got 5 of these just sat here left, and I think that's it. There's about 10, 15 online for Brudenell, but people just like the guy wouldn't have messaged me. They'd have just been sat there and have just ended up.
So what date's the gig?
The Leeds one is 2nd of December. We're trying to do a race actually because Manchester's about to sell out and Sheffield's about to sell out, and I think Glasgow's on its way to selling out, and Leeds is on its way to selling out. So I'm thinking just sell out Leeds first.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll have to start doing some retweeting from the pod accounts. Like, right, get on this, because I didn't know, so I'm going to be frigging buying some anyway. I can tell you that, and I'm sure a couple of us will turn up from the podcast.
Yeah, because if I go on, I mean, it's great. This is brilliant. The fact that we're selling out gigs, like when All In came out, we were big in Leeds, but here we are coming out, and here we are, and we're playing. We did a gig in Ireland as well recently, and it were packed. We've got a big link, like a lot of my family and Sam's family are Irish, so but that we're playing in all these places now, and it's getting busy and albums charting, so the band's definitely getting bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
And it's great.
It's great to hear, mate. It's great to hear.
The lads deserve it, to be fair, like they've grafted and I say that we've done alt venues, man, and even the ones that have shut down, like Joe's Wild Cockpit when we started out, we've been going a long time. A long time, and But this is serious now. It's going really, really well.
No, it's good. It's good to hear because, like you say, we've been following you for a while, and we've been the All In album was just fantastic. If none of you have heard it out there, go and listen to it. It's on Spotify. It's on all the usual stuff. Go and give it a listen. It's a fantastic
buy it. I'm
album.
sure they can get it still somewhere.
Yeah. I'm sure that it's still out there.
Couple of editions left. So yeah, it's a good album. I must admit.
It's a cracking album.
Cracking.
It's a brilliant album.
But
So
this
looking
new
forward to the
album is
next
great
one.
as well. You know, we've got a few singles out from it. By the River, that's done really well. Perfect Plan's done well. We've got a new song called Magic coming out soon, which in my opinion is the best thing the band have done.
Really?
History's done really well. So we've released 3 singles off the new album that are doing really, really. You know, you've got Steve.
Million's the latest one, isn't it?
Yeah, Million's the latest one as well. That's completely different to anything we've done in it. It's gone down so well, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's what people like about us, from all over the country, really, is that we're just so different, you know. There's
you're quite
no band
diverse,
around like us,
yeah.
you know. It's but you know it's cool, man. You know, like it is cool being you get recognised and you get on like, you're Ben from Apollo Junction. Yeah. In your head, you're thinking,
Yeah.
oh.
Like,
But you have to play it cool.
Of course, mate.
Yes, mate. Awesome. Cheers, man.
I don't think I could deal well with that. I mean, I know a couple of lads on pod have been recognised and stuff, you know, and I'd just cringe. I'd probably run away. I hate it, me. I hate that sort of stuff. I don't know how you guys deal with it. I'm like, oh no, it's not me, it's someone else. I can't. I've got a massive head. You can see me coming from a fucking mile away. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Billboard head.
Yeah, that's it. He's that guy. You've got like an Easter Island head. Oh yeah, that's him. It's mad.
It's not. I'm not just saying it, but there literally is about 15-20 left for Boudnell, and that's it. And I know because it's 2nd of December after the Middlesbrough game, and I know people will be messaging me that day. Oh, come on, can you get us in? It's like, no. It's when it's gone, it's gone. Like this gig, we don't get guest lists or anything. We just sell it. We want all the fans to come. Because before we played at Leeds Uni, and that's a bigger venue. You know, and we sold that out. Yeah, we sold that out, but Boudnell's smaller, but it's just the Boudnell, man. You know, it's a Boudnell Saturday night.
Yeah, Matt Wright's got a bit of a thought. Have you ever thought about doing something with skylights on the same bill, like a Made in Leeds type gig or something?
Oh, that'd be class. Yeah, that'd be class.
We'll get Luke coming out in Lucas the Copcat as well.
Sheffield, actually. There's a festival in Sheffield which we were looking at books to play, but if we can't play it, I think we book we have 2 or 3 weeks in year where we say, right, we'll go on holiday then. Because we were going to do like a joint headline thing with them maybe in Sheffield, but
nice.
Yeah, something will happen one day, you know. It's just what you find is when you get into this bit, it all gets with the promoters and stuff. It all becomes, you play there, whatever. I don't know. I just write.
You kind of lost a little bit control, but I suppose it's easier for you guys to hand it to someone and then just say, right, you need to be here and there for this sort of time, and rather than having to drag your own ass around country and stuff.
But yeah, no, that'd be class. I mean, I know someone who's booking. He's quite new to booking festivals, and I will suggest to him. I'll say, why don't you just do like a one-off day in like Millennium Square or somewhere, just best of Leeds. I think it'd sell
that'd be quality. Yeah, it definitely would do.
Definitely.
Luke's got a visitor, I think.
The Academy, something like that. I think it'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be absolutely class. Just getting a load of Leeds, load of local bands and that. Yeah, that'd be absolutely mint.
Tell you what happened though. We'd have it on a Friday night, and then at last minute Sky had moved Leeds fixtures.
Yeah, that's the difficulty in it. You've got you're contending with these massive broadcasters that likely, they don't give a shit about if we've got gigs booked or. Yeah,
my brother's not missed a game in years. Obviously the COVID period he missed, and do you know what? It messes with his life. Like he can't. He'll buy a ticket and then he can't go, or he has to reschedule work, and then there's been times when he's rang me in London going, I'm stuck. Trains have Sky moved the fixture, but the trains didn't reschedule this, that, and other, and you're like, Oh man, just give her at least a few weeks' notice or something, not just like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, can't wait.
No,
I'm gonna try and make one in for that Brunel gig. I haven't got tickets, but it's always a little bit dodgy around Christmas time.
Hello,
Just
child.
say hello to everyone.
Hello.
Wave. I've got my little list. She's like a little Klingon to me at minute. So, yeah.
Bless her.
Oh,
Well, lads,
I
I think we've just missed one thing out this evening, and that's to talk about our wonderful new away kit, our third kit. And obviously we've not spoke about this before. We've literally come straight on, so I don't know what you two think of it. But check it out. What do you think?
What do you think to that?
What do you think?
The new kit?
I'll let Ben go first. Are you going to be buying it, Ben? Is it going to be hung on your wall somewhere?
God no. It reminds me of one of the. What was that sweet called? You got a
Rhubarb and custard.
Rhubarb and custard.
Fruit salad. Fruit salad.
Oh yeah.
That's the one. And it's a big no from me.
No. I don't know. I think it's better than last year's Stilton cheese one.
Yeah.
And I
definitely.
think that were really crap. But I don't particularly rate this one, to be fair. I think it looks a bit shy. But
I quite like it. I like. Do you know what? We complained. We completely complained about everything, about how we used to get these standard kits, these templates that Adidas or whoever who was our kit supplier would just use for about 5 of their clubs. Now we're getting some in, and it's a nod to the City of Culture as well. They're the colours, so there is a story behind it. They haven't just picked these colours randomly or anything like that. So to me, we can't moan now that we're being a little bit bespoke and a bit different. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's not great, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's not, but there will be an audience for it, I think. And look, you look at the last the last 3 third kits we've had. We had the Stilton cheese last year. We had the blue with the white shoulders the year before with bits of black in it, and then the year before that was the maroon.
Oh God, yeah, the maroon. I mean, like you say, your third kit's always going to be a bit wacky in it.
Yeah, man, leave them to it. Leave them to it. I will probably be getting it. I've got the first. I think this is the best 3 kits we've had for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'd probably get away with that one. I like on stage. That's all I think. Man. Whenever I look at a kit, I think, would I get away with that at Leeds?
How many rotten veg would I get thrown at my head while wearing this? I think it's one of them. I think it might be it might be an end of season purchase. This one, maybe a sale. If I do, I don't think I'll probably get it. I think the other 2, I think the home kit and the
if you do.
Yeah. Do you know what? Right, I'll take this off now. I heard someone do. You know the Ampadu chant that's knocking about now. I actually heard a few people singing "Push Pineapple, Shake the Tree." Straight up, I went, "That's not right. Where have you got what?" Ampadu, do push pineapple. I'm like, learn the fucking song, you dickhead. But yeah,
Jamie, I agree with you here. Someone with Luke's charisma will look good in it. I completely agree. And I said in the group, only some of us will be able to pull that off.
Yeah, I might give it a go.
Each one of them.
I think you would, Ben. Definitely, somebody in a band could pull it off. They could, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're pretty cool. I honestly don't think I could pull it off, but it's sort of made for a certain type of person. Maybe somebody a bit prettier than myself.
Jammy's also said that looks like something the cat threw up. So I don't really know what he's trying to say about you there, Luke. If I'm honest, take it as you want. I suppose.
Too many fruit salads.
Yeah, that's it. Cat's throwing up too many fruit salads. We've got Andy's Man Club. They're knocking about again. We've got the new decal from them guys. Andy's Man Club from Leeds. So it's a Barbers Club on Sunday the 13th of August. That's just literally walking, get your bloody haircut. And I think all proceeds, everything that the Barbers Shop earn, or the Barbers Club earn, goes to the charity Andy's Man Club. We've got a golf day Sunday the 20th of August. I've been told that anyone who's interested in doing a golf day, if you're into golf, then you've got to get in touch with the guys through their Facebook channels. So if you're into golf and you fancy doing a bit of an Andy's Man Club golf day, get in touch with them through Facebook. The usual walk and talk on the 26th of August around Temple Newsham, and a pool snooker night over at the Northern Snooker Centre. So, guys, if you're having a bit of an hard time, if you're struggling, if you just want to go and have a chat with someone, go and have a brew, go and have a beer with them, crack on, get yourself out there. Because that's what we're all here for. Even if you're just pissed off with your missus.
Yeah. It's just It's No, I wasn't going to say it. I think she was trying to talk to me. She threw my ear off. So I have to keep muting myself. Otherwise, you'll probably hear me talking about Barbies and Little Mermaids and stuff. But yeah, no, the Handyman's Club's a great thing. We've had a load of people messages thanking us for promoting and people who've gone to meetings based on the back of watching it and us promoting it as well. So yeah, look, if you are struggling, there is plenty of people, plenty of opportunity to get some support and help out there. And there's people who are watching now that I know do a lot of work with and for Handyman Club. So massive respect to you all.
Yeah, it's a great organisation, like I said. And even if you are struggling, even if you just want to get out of the house for an hour or so to go and have a chat with, maybe you could help someone else out. That's what it's all about. Just getting out there, going and having a chat, and like I said, because we all men need men. We need to be around men. We need to be blokes together and all that sort of stuff. It's good to be around them because I live in a house full of women and it does my tree. And I'll be honest with you. Luckily, I've got these guys to moan at a lot.
Calm down, Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, well,
I live in a house full of women.
I live in a house full of ladies. No, it's me. Two. I've got two girls and a chuffing missus that don't leave me alone and give me some right shit. So it's just nice to get out there and go and do it. I think myself and Gilly are going to go down to one of them. We've not arranged it yet. I think we're just waiting for the season to get cracking. But me and Gilly are going to go down to one of the local ones and check it out and see what it's all about. So. But yeah, if like I said, guys, go and get yourself out, stand up, and go get yourself out there. Have you either of you got anything else to add this evening?
Marching together.
We are marching on together. Bless her. She talks more sense than you. Does she want a permanent place?
So yeah, she wants a permanent fixture. But yeah, no, it's been good to get you on, Ben. Thanks ever so much for joining us, mate. Obviously, we a few of us came to watch you probably a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. And yeah, just seeing your journey on Twitter and everything else that you're getting up to, it's smashing. We're really, I love music generally, but even more so when you can actually have a conversation with somebody in the band, it just makes it that little bit extra special. And you're always interacting with your fans and that, which is what a lot of bands don't do, which is it's quite nice.
Yeah, we've never got that. We've never got that. It's you always get his bands, and they always seem to do really well. Like play Glastonbury and stuff, but it's like, oh, we've got 10,000 followers and we don't follow anyone. We're not that. We're not that sort of one. We're just normal people. We've got jobs. We've all had different upbringings. Nothing matters. We're here now. We're writing music together and we're just enjoying life. And that's it. And it's great. Like you say, it's great to see the band doing well. We're selling loads of records. I think if the only thing the band's doing wrong at the minute is that I think we're selling too many records because
that's it.
So many vinyl and they're going to sell out. So we're thinking, we should have ordered more. We should have put more money in the pot. But selling out is a brilliant thing. It's like wow. I've got my mum in. My mum's going, I didn't get one of them vinyls. Oh. Got me quick, love.
You're not fast your last, Mum.
I know. Can't save them. I wish I could, but I can't.
Not even for your mum. No, you're not coming to Brudenell, Mum, unless you get a ticket.
Oh no, she'll be all right for tickets. But when vinyls come out, that's it. I can't save any. We don't have a system because we've run everything ourselves. There isn't a system to save 10 or anything like that. It's bang. 300 records are at bang sold. Let's do another edition.
Just before we let you go, Ben, I know you've been confident of a season. Where do you think we're going to finish? Do you think we're going to where in the league?
It's like flipping a coin. This I've thought about this long and hard. Sometimes I think we're going to walk away with league. I really do. I genuinely think we'll blitz it. But then other times I think, oh God, we might get sneaking playoffs. I'm gonna go with second.
Ooh, that's not bad actually.
I think a lot of us went second.
I think Southampton.
I think Southampton
probably
are going
are
to
still
run
be
away
up
with
there.
it.
Yeah.
I think Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah,
They're getting beat by Gillingham tonight in the cup.
Yeah, but
playing kids, won't they?
that's the Mickey Mouse Cup.
Yeah, fair.
So,
What,
yeah,
we'll get
I mean,
dicked
they've got,
thinking 3-1 by
Tay
Shrewsbury
Adams,
tomorrow.
They've got like Tay Adams. They've got the quality there. They've not sold Ward-Prowse yet,
No, yet.
and I just
And
think
Lavia.
I think Adams will rip this league to shreds this year. So I think we'll come second.
Yeah, all been well. I'll take it. But only time will tell.
Snap
Hopefully we
your
can
hand
get
off.
some decent chuffing signings in before the chuffing season. The transfer season ends. But yeah, we'll proof will be in the pudding, won't it? Get your chuffing checkbook out, Mr. 49ers. So with that then, chaps, thanks both of you for joining me. Big thanks to Ben. Thanks for popping on, mate. Obviously you're busy, you're a family guy and stuff, so we appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us. Thanks everyone else for interacting with the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, because obviously it helps us grow the channel and stuff. I'm not sure who will be on Berardi and Coke. I think there is going to be one tomorrow after Shrewsbury. I think it might be Jay and Gilly. If I'm wrong, apologies. No news from the pod dodger. He's still dodging pods, so a lot of
Just
people
on
have been
the
asking,
pod dodger.
where's Carl?
Carl's harder to catch the Ripper recently. Has he got a new bird?
Scarlet Pimpernel. No, he's around. He's dealing with some shit, so that's fine. But he'll be around. So the guys will be around tomorrow. So make sure you keep your eyes out for that. But thanks for everyone for joining us, for interacting, and we will see you. We'll see you shortly.